Hey guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today is Monday. As you all already saw, last night was a very difficult evening for me. The pain levels did continue up until a little while ago, but I will get into that part in a little bit. I kind of want to go chronological order with this stuff. Just a little heads up so you all know there's going to be several hospital vlogs likely after this one, or just in general. I don't know how long I'm going to be here, to be honest with you. And then I'm going to backtrack and give you all the videos that are already recorded, because like I said, I'm super excited. I have a few videos recorded, and then we'll move forward from there. I have plenty of stuff planned, so I'm super excited. I was really bummed though, because I had stuff planned to record for you all this week. Okay, let me not ramble. I'm trying. It's really hard though, because like I'm so overly tired. Again, okay. Alright, so I saw my cardiologist. He was not super supportive today. Everybody's really off with the coronavirus, let me say that, because like people have not been supportive, as you guys have seen coming into this hospital. I do know it has to do with what state you're in too, guys. So I do want to put that out there. I am in New York State, so that is definitely part of the issue. I'm gonna have to keep looking that way to double check the clock, because my nurse is coming in at a certain time and we got to do all this stuff. So but yeah, everybody's been acting really weird, and even like when I'm going over stuff with nurses, they're not hearing me, they're not recording stuff properly. I was just almost given a medicine that I was allergic to because somebody put it on my med list instead of my allergy list, and that's a problem. But cardiology was a little off today. Like he seemed off. What he said was very off too. He was like, "Why did you go to the ER? Why were you admitted? Have you seen my blood pressure?" Yeah, we're going, guys, like 200 at times, over like 120. That is ridiculous. Y'all know I run so stinking low. So it is very worrisome for me. And then the heart enzyme, so I take stuff sometimes with a grain of salt. I get annoyed, not gonna lie, I complain, and then I move on. That's just, how I cope with it all. Because we all need like a way to cope, to keep moving forward. But he also said that he thinks the muscles and like the chest wall / cartilage are inflamed in my chest. We ran another partial EKG. Why neither was a full, I have no idea. I'm having trouble with the communication here. People are not communicating very well, and I have been complaining about that. It's quite irritating and frustrating. So yeah, I saw him this morning, and I think that's all he really said. He wasn't super helpful. He was like, well, your heart, there's not like a major issue right now, which I kind of already knew. He increased my tachycardia medicine, which is for fast heart rate, in hopes that would lower the blood pressure. So far, no. Say lovey, right? Nothing I can do. Not gonna cry over spilt milk. Who else did I see? Oh. So I had this hospitalist last year, the regular hospital, like primary care physician. She's a little bit strange in the beginning. Like she thought, I guess I was like this 26, 25, whatever I was last year. This girl in her 20s that, was like just doing this, I guess, for fun, or I don't know, like what she really thought. She thought I was like doing drugs and like all this other weird stuff, and I was like, no, I'm just sick. And like she learned, obviously, as I was there for 10 days, how severely ill I really am. And oh my goodness, she was so excited to see me today. I was like, wow. So that was actually pretty funny. But she was really, really, really nice, very pleasant. She was excited, like I said, to see me. So I just caught her up with some, like about that much out of like that much of the story of what's happened over the year. And just kind of that, like, my mast cells are flaring. This is where we are with mast cell. I don't know if I told you all, I did see a mast cell expert. I am going to do, that's the word, I forgot to do the video, guys. So I have to do a video telling you everything about the mast cell expert. She's got some direction with my mast cells, but she's also still confused. But that will be for another video. But I caught that other doctor up with everything, and that was a good thing. trying to think, who else? And then I had EKGs done, blood work, echo, and apparently, like, here, we're supposed to be wearing masks outside of our room, and nobody told me, and, like, somebody had gotten really upset, and I was like, I'm really sorry that I don't have a mask. However, like, if somebody would have communicated it to me, like, I would have gladly worn one, because I am severely immunocompromised, and I understand the value of a mask. So, she was still kind of, everybody's still, like, really, for the most part, in a mood. I finally got, like, a nurse who's, like, so pleasant. I'm so excited. Alright, and then I ended up with a really bad migraine, so I ended up laying down most of the day, hence why now it's so late. And then, because like I said, I was up all night. I think I laid down a total of an hour and a half last night. After that, I could not tolerate laying down, which really, 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 really stinks. Just trying to make sure nobody's coming. Anxiety. I don't know. I've just never, like, been filming and then, like, have somebody come in. I don't know. I just feel like that would be really awkward. Anyways, I think those are the main doctors who came in today. Oh, I saw endocrinology over telehealth. It was not my endocrinologist, which was to my disadvantage. They don't think that I need extra steroids right now, but she's not really certain either. She's running some labs to check my adrenal glands and, like, different levels and hormones and all that good stuff, see if that's playing into any of the blood pressure stuff. I mean, anything's fair game at this point. She didn't really offer a ton of insight either. She was quite confused, and I'm not certain how much she knew about adrenal insufficiency to begin with. But, they wanted me to consult with her, and I did that. We're still waiting on rheumatology, so I feel like the very least I'm here till Wednesday is my thought at this point. But you all know it's the hospital. Anything can change. So the pain had been getting worse all day long. I actually only had crackers, like saltines, for breakfast, maybe 2. And then I skipped lunch because I couldn't eat. I suddenly got really, really nauseated with my gastroparesis, and somebody's trying to argue with me that it was not my gastroparesis. So I was like, please don't. Like, I know my body. I don't know anybody else's, but mine I'm pretty confident usually. And if I don't know, I'm gonna just tell you. And then for dinner, I decided to try to eat. That was a really, 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 really bad idea. My body is angry. In perspective, I now do not have my medication from Canada. It is not allowed in the hospital, so I'm working on getting it ordered. So I have to work on getting several of my meds ordered, just because it's not going to be good for me to be off of them for a prolonged period of time. They were deemed unnecessary, but I don't feel they were deemed unnecessary. I feel they were deemed, I don't know what this is for. And there's obviously a big, big difference. So the pain kept getting worse. So I finally spoke to my family, and then, I was like sobbing again in pain, couldn't breathe, whatever. It gets so, I can't even describe it. It's just so overwhelming, the pain and everything. So I ended up calling the nurse, who was extremely unsupportive, insupportive, not supportive. I don't know. What's the word? Let me know in the comments. And she was like, well, you're on really strong medicine and this should be working. And I was like, okay, sure, it should be. Would you like to tell my body that? Like, I was like, seriously? So it was this whole discussion of like, well, you're on A, B, and C, and not all of it is like, most of it was not even pain medicine, let me just say that. They were like, well, you're on prednisone and you're on antihistamines. So it's like, well, but I'm in a flare and something is going on. I don't know what it is. I don't typically just sit there and bawl from pain. I deal with pain every day of my life. So once you're reaching the point where you're bawling and you can't move and you can't use your phone, something's wrong. Come on. Like, at least I was just really arguing, honestly, guys, with her to call the doctor. I had to argue earlier in the day with her for her to ask the doctor for Zofran, because I was like, look, I'm really, really nauseous. I'm gonna like throw up. And she was like, well, nothing's ordered. It was like, okay, can you call the doctor? She's like, do I have to? I was like, if you don't mind, you know? But she ended up calling, and I got a breakthrough medication, which was my med, and then I go back on what the hospital had me on later today. So I'm hoping, though, that with the combination of stuff, that is enough to at least figure out if this blood pressure is strictly pain related, because pain can raise blood pressure. So I want to at least explore that and see if I can get control over the pain, even, guys, for a couple hours a day. I don't know what's going on. I haven't experienced pain quite like this. So I'm really hoping that at least that gives us some direction. I have been, and I don't remember what I've mentioned, because like I said, I recorded at 2 and 3 in the morning. I have been running a really low grade temp, so we're keeping an eye on that. The blood pressure, like I said, has been crazy. Heart rate's crazy off and on, so everything's just crazy. So I guess that's basically it for now, and with that I will say good night, and I will see you tomorrow to update you. Have a lovely evening. Bye.